Sully from Have Cheetah Will View. It's 4:21 a.m. and yeah. Uh yeah, so I can't sleep, so I was tossing and turning and I thought I'd get up and then I saw on David's Horror he had done a 50 question dig a little deeper questionnaire. And so I said, you know what, that sounds interesting. Uh Maybe I could do that to kill an hour or less. Um, I don't know how long my phone will last, so I'm probably gonna do this in two parts. 25 questions, 25 questions each part, and we'll see where it goes. Um, I don't know where this originated from, but it's an interesting one, and it's a reflective one. And normally, I just really clip through these surveys with or questionnaires with really short answers. Um, but I'll try to I'll open up a little bit here and talk about it. Some questions are really quite simple, but some are a little bit more interesting. So I will go ahead and treat those interesting ones with a little more in-depth answers. The first question is, do you prefer writing with black or blue pens? Wow. Well, boy, we're already in the deep end already, right? Um, Actually, it doesn't really matter to me. Uh, Actually, my answer would be any pen that works. Um, I don't write too much anymore with pens. Um, I pay my bills with by writing checks, and I do my midnight hour prep work with a pen. And right now, the color of the pen I'm using is blue, so I guess that would be the preference. Do you prefer to live in the country or the city? Um, Both have appeals to me. I mean, I'm considering where I moved from, which was San Jose, California, back in 1999, to where I'm at now in southeastern Michigan. This is a country. Um, San Jose was massive. It's actually bigger. It's actually a bigger city than San Francisco is. It's like when I left, I think it was like the 11th largest city in the country. Um, Freeways were clogged up. It's just it was hell to get around, hell to find parking. Here where I'm at now, it's a really nice town. I can pretty much get anything I need to get within a 10-mile radius. Um, so I like smaller towns better. So if I could learn a new skill, what would it be? Wow, that's a good question. Uh, I don't know. Uh, if I could learn a new skill and I knew I would be good at it, I would actually probably say medical researcher, because I would like to find the answer to uterine cancer. That would probably be my number one driving thing in life. Um, so I would like to find out if there's a cure for it. Um, do you drink your tea or coffee with sugar? No, I do not drink my coffee or tea with sugar. I will use coffee creamer at times, but I actually use a sweetener. I don't like pure sugar in my coffee or tea. So I do. I use sweetener or coffee creamer, and I drink my coffee iced. What was your favorite book as a child? Well, that was easy. It would be The Lord of the Rings. Um, After I read that series, I read it once a year for many many years after that. I still have a set here in my house I got for a Christmas present, but I have not read it in quite a while. Um, The second best I would tell you right now would probably be the Chronicles of Narnia, which I actually read first. I read that first, loved it, and then that made me move up to the Lord of the Rings. Um, do you prefer baths or showers? I prefer, well, since I pretty much have regulated my reading to when I take a bath. So it all depends what mood I'm in. If I'm in a mood to read a few pages, I will take a bath. Otherwise, I will take a shower. I am just now entering the last book, the Game of Thrones. Um, I cannot believe that guy Martin has taken so long to complete his book. I hate to say this, as much as I like the books, but he has moved into Robert Jordan territory as far as just dragging his ass about where he wants to go with the story. It's been over 10 years since he wrote the last book. 10 years. That's just indulgence and selfishness. If you're going to end the series, end your series. But if not, and you can't do it, you got plenty of friends that know your world very, very well. You can have them come in there and collaborate with them, but you can't be sitting there for 10 years and expect people to still care. As it stands, it seems like every time I hear people talk about Game of Thrones, it's in the negative, not the positive, and that includes the books. People sort of like backlashed against the books that it's taken so long. Yeah. But that's generally that's the answer I would put. That's why when I'm in the mood to read, I take a bath, not shower. If you could be a mythical creature, which would you choose? Wow, hell yeah, I'm going to be Duke the possessed unicorn because that guy had a lot of fun. Who wouldn't want to be Duke? He gets to wipe out some nasty ass kids, have sex with a hot babe, and spout off one liners. Yeah, Duke the Unicorn would be my choice. Do you prefer reading paper or, I think I was going to say ebooks or electronic books? I prefer reading newspapers if I have my druthers. Though I do peek at the newspapers online, but as far as ebooks go, I'm not really much of a fan of ebooks. I will do it, but I only for review purposes. If I'm reviewing a book, I will do an ebook. If I like the author a lot. If not, I will read I'll read a physical copy of the book. It's much like my physical media. I like to listen. I like to watch movies. I like to have the movies in my hand and my house. Number 9. What is your favorite item of clothing? Wow. Really never thought about that. Uh, for me, wow. I I don't really think I have a favorite piece of clothing. I still have some of Lori's things, if that counts. I still have a little bit of a closet. I still have some of her stuff that I kept. So, you know, do you like your name? Would you ever change it? Yes, I like my name very much. I think my name is pretty kick ass. It's a common name, but I love it anyway. I love the meaning of it. And would I ever change it? No. No, I like my name. Who is a mentor to you? Well, today, nobody. But when I was doing live music back in San Jose, I had 3 people who I looked up to who helped guide me in my career. Number 1 would be Nancy Carlino. She taught me how to book a good show and be confident in my choices and good music. Number 2 would be Adrian Calvin. I learned a lot from him. I learned to get an edge in my booking. As much as I wanted to be a nice guy, sometimes in our business, you couldn't afford to be a nice guy. Sometimes you had to be a little bit edgy and a little bit aggressive and assertive. And I learned that from Adrian. Number three is Jimmy Arsenault. Actually, I should say four. Number three would be Jimmy Arsenault. He was the guy he was my brother I worked with at the Edge. Him and I worked together for many years, and we were just a kick-ass team. I dare say, other than Ramona Downey at Bottom of the Hill, me and Jimmy ruled the roost. And as far as I'm concerned, we got a lot of shows we didn't think that we would get, but we did because people wanted to work with us. And I think that's a great testament to how we conducted ourselves and our business. Number four would be Jacek Rosicki, who gave me a chance to work a big stage. Not once, but twice. So Jacek saw a lot of me. He saw a lot of me. He just believed in my talent. He believed in my ear. And he helped me tremendously mature as a professional and conduct myself as a professional. And he honed me. So when I left to move here in Michigan, I was a really good talent buyer, really good. Number 12. Would you ever want to be famous? If so, what for? Wow, would I want to be famous? I don't think so. I've been around a lot of famous people, and let me tell you, kids, it's not as easy as it appears to be. You are pulled like taffy every 6 ways but Sunday. Everybody wants a piece of you, and the most precious thing you get is privacy, and you don't get a lot of that either. Working with a lot of really famous musicians, I saw that firsthand. I cannot tell you how many times that me and Jimmy would open up our office to our talent of the band members that would come up and literally hang out in our office while we worked. They just got away from everybody. They didn't want to be around anybody. They just wanted some peace and quiet. Maybe make a phone call, send a fax, check their email, just some alone time. Being pulled all the time did not seem very fun. But if I was going to be famous, it would be for question number three, and that would be to find a cure for uterine cancer. So there you go. Number 13, are you a restless sleeper? Well, it's 4:34 in the morning. You tell me. I have severe insomnia. I've had it ever since Lorianne died. I cannot sleep very well, and during this time of year, April, May, June, July, it is more severe than not. I cannot sleep very well, and that includes when I have a CPAP. So I have to use melatonin to help me sleep, and even then, it doesn't really work that well. Do you consider yourself a romantic? Yes. Yeah, I always have. I believe in love. I believe in the possibilities. I believe in soulmates. I believe in treating your partner with utmost respect and kindness. I believe in the courtship. Yes, I'm a romantic, very much so. Flowers and chocolates and getaways and exploring trips and yes. What element best represents you? Wow. Well, I guess maybe I don't know. Water? I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's cool, calm on the surface, but it could be roiling on the bottom of it. It could be huge waves. I battle waves a lot of times. Big waves, little waves, medium waves. Good question. Question number 16. Who do you want to be closer to? I would love to be closer to my family. I mean, I already am close to them, but I would like to be physically closer. Why am I not? Probably because they live in California and Oregon, where money is what you need money, and it's very high priced, and I cannot afford to live there. I can afford to live in Michigan by the skin of my teeth, but physically closer to would be my family. Uh, my older sister Rose, my sister Christine, and my brother Philip. Do you miss someone at the moment? Yeah, I miss her every day, every moment. That's why I'm doing this here. I'm up. Yeah, I miss my wife. I'm not going to lie about that. Every second. And now you know why I really don't particularly do these kind of questionnaires a lot. Um, uh, Tell us about an early childhood memory. Well, probably, I can tell you one memory. I can share one. We used to live in a town called Pomona, and it was after I moved from my family, the Weirdens. I moved to with my biological mom and her second husband and my half brother Wayne. That sounds like a hee haw episode, doesn't it? But down in Pomona, me and my brother used to love to throw the football. And I used to have a really good arm when I was really young. I mean, I used to be able to really fling a football. And I used to sit back there and just toss it. And my mother caught a picture of me throwing it. Um, and it was a perfect posture. If you look at the picture, you can see it was a perfect release. You can see the ball was spiraling. I must have tossed it at least 50 yards. Not even kidding you. That ball was, my brother, it went over his head, and he was way back there. I could always throw better than he could, even though he was bigger than me. I had a much better arm than he did. And that's why I always played quarterback too whenever we used to pick up games. Even though I was the smallest one, everybody knew I could throw. Um, what's the strangest thing you have ever eaten? Uh, I'm not too adventurous when it comes down to food. Um, I don't know. I couldn't. I mean, as far as strange goes, I don't know. I haven't never eaten anything like I haven't done Ricky and Pablo. Let's put it this way: I didn't eat a pizza with pubic hair on it. There. How about it's more like what have I not eaten than I have eaten? Those guys are crazy, and I had to fit them into this. I had to fit them into this questionnaire somehow because those guys are crazy. Uh, what can you see outside your bedroom window? Oh, right now for question 20, all I see is the dark. And that's pretty much what I see. It's 4:38, 4:39 in the morning. Um, what are you most thankful for? I am thankful for the 15 years I had with my wife. Um, Even though the last 2.5 were sheer hell, I wouldn't give them up for anything um, because I was with her and we were against the world. And yeah, I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful that she took a chance on me and she believed in me. Um, Question 22. Do you like spicy foods? Within reason. I'm not an overly huge spicy guy. In fact, one of my greatest fears is actually winning a contest from the Horror of Spice, Becky and Vincent, and actually winning a hot sauce that I have to sample. It's like I really want to win the prize, but I'm scared of the hot sauce. I'm not gonna lie about that. I just started eating plain onions with my hamburgers just last year, so I should tell you a little bit more about that. Um, yeah, and you know what? I'm sorry it took me so long because onions on hamburgers is delicious. Um, Question number 23. Have you ever met someone famous? Wow. If I actually told you guys how many famous people I've met, I don't want to come across as having a, like uh, uh, a superior attitude, as I was mentioned a while ago. And I'm not saying that as a dig. I'm just saying that um, I met a lot of famous people in my career, and it didn't overwhelm me. Um, I've only been starstruck maybe 3 times in my career, and for people, most people here would not even know who they were. So there you go. I mean, everybody has a different idea of what is famous. Um, all I know is that they're just people. They're just people like us. Um, yeah, I mean, yeah, I've met, I probably met over 100 well-known names. If I dropped them, you would know who they were. But I'm not doing that. But yes, I have met many, many, many people, famous people. 24. Do you keep a diary or journal? Yes, I write a blog. Uh, I've been blogging for probably 10 years, 11 years. Um, I love it. I should do more of it. I'm doing film reviews and interviews, but I should write some more personal stuff. I don't know why I don't. Um, like doing this questionnaire would have been a really good blog entry, and who knows? Maybe I'll do that. Uh, Question number 25. Do you prefer to use pen or pencil? I use a pen. Pencils are I I don't even think I even have a pencil in my house. I use pens. Um, yeah. Uh, I don't think I've used a pencil since school, since college. I mean, on a regular basis. And if I used a pen and I made a mistake, I would use whiteout. All right, so that's question number 25. I'm going to end this here now so I don't run out of time and then I'll be frustrated with that. So I'm going to stop it. I'm going to upload it and then I'll come back and do the second half. All right, hang tight.